And you are already recording.
I say I don't know how long.
Oh yeah, no, I'll keep recording. So John, make sure you got a red dot on it.
How you doing?
Meet you.
Well, but I know it's got to be 6 feet.
Yeah, 6 feet. Yeah. Are you guys Christians, I'm assuming?
You know who we are.
I don't know who you are.
Oh,
Why would you assume I know who you are? Are you famous?
Well, we showed up yesterday, and you guys here said that Sam said he was going to come by, and they're like, "Why you didn't come by earlier?"
You're Sam?
Come on, man.
You want to know he's standing up for the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys.
We're good. No, my name is Uthman.
You Osama Abdullah?
No, I don't know who that is.
He's joking. He's joking. We know who you are.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, we saw a video.
Oh,
where
you're just being funny.
Yeah,
I like that.
He's not very good at it.
You're a Hasumu.
He's not very good at it.
I'm not a sumo wrestler.
You're not Hasumu? What's your name?
My name is Osama Shaykh.
Hasamu?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just want to get to know who you are, bro. Why you?
We're good.
Whoa.
I guess ask them.
I know, but you were acting like somebody was getting up to me. I think we're all able to have good conversations, right?
Yeah,
Huh?
right. So you are
All right.
David, I'm David.
David Wood. Yeah. Hammer Time. They call you
No.
Hammer Time, right?
No,
Yeah,
no.
some people do.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
you.
You do know.
I
Yeah, we're
see.
good.
No, somebody told me about you.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
It's good to
okay.
finally meet you.
Yeah.
Nice. You guys flew to San
You
Diego?
used to be a gangbanger down here in San Diego,
Oh,
right?
man, you know me.
What
He
did
was
they
too.
call
He was
you?
too. He was too.
What
You
did
were?
they call you
I
down
don't know if I
here?
should be telling you.
Huh?
You were a gangbanger?
Well, they called him Hammer Time. What did they call you?
We called me Shooter.
Shooter. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. We're on even
Did you have a
playing field then.
nickname?
I was called Crook.
Crook?
Yeah.
Were you a crook?
Not here, not here in San Diego.
He was a car thief.
Not here in San
What gang were you
Diego.
from?
I lived up in Orange County, but also ran
body?
around in Inglewood Mafia, those sorts of things.
Were you blood, crib,
No,
essay?
no, more of an SA type gang.
Cool.
But my background is Sicilian. Just like, I know you're Pakistani, right?
Yeah, Pashtun.
So we're both guys sort of out of our own water in a sense, but we
I feel you.
swam in different.
Yeah, that's cool. What's your name?
My name's Anthony.
Anthony. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
So are you guys Christian then or Catholic?
Yeah, I've seen one of your videos. You might have seen more, but I saw one video that popped up. It was because you mentioned Christian Prince.
Okay.
And it's where you said you challenged him to a debate. You said
Yeah.
you debate anyone. So
Anyone.
we decided. We know Christian Prince is not going to come down like this. He's not comfortable revealing his identity and stuff. But
I mean, you're here.
If we
Nobody else
knew,
over here.
if we knew.
That's a good question for Christian
No,
friends,
no.
right? That I mean, you guys are here. Anybody harming you? Anybody attacking
Oh,
you?
I don't think that's the. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't speak.
Is he like on a sex registry somewhere? Like,
I
is
don't
there a
know.
problem with showing his face? I show my face. I don't have a problem.
I know a lot of sex
You're here.
offenders that show their face, but
Right. So why would he be ashamed of showing his face?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the reason.
What do you think the reason is?
I don't know.
Scared?
Maybe he's a professional business. I actually know some Muslims that are like this. A lot
Really?
of Muslims that they just don't want to.
Muslim debaters or YouTube guys? I think they all show their face.
Yeah. I know quite a handful of people that just like the. This isn't. I'm not interested in becoming public figures per se, but they do like to engage the discussion.
All right.
I'm sure in their own
Good to
context.
see you back.
I'm sure in their own context they're known. You know, how could you not? You know, if you engage people, then you're going to be known, at least in your context. But they don't
Right,
want
but
national attention.
I think every Muslim YouTube da'i shows their face. I don't know if any that don't, right? So I'm just
Well,
wondering
back
why.
in the day, for example, Yahya Snow.
I never heard of that name.
But I used to. I've been engaging people for at least 20 years.
Wow. So
So-
you got experience?
Well, that's how my point is. I know Muslims who prefer not to, and that was just what it was. And I thought,
Okay, so let me just get to know you as what kind of, because different kind of Christians, I was explaining to, we get all kinds here, right? And I've never watched any of your videos, so I don't know you. I want to get to.
I am a Presbyterian pastor, so I'm a Reformed Christian.
So do you believe Jesus is God, or do you believe Jesus is the Son of God?
I think that's a false antithesis.
Just a question.
In a Jewish,
That's what I
so
said.
the answer is it's a false
That's
antithesis.
not what you said, but okay.
In a Jewish context, to be the son of means to have the nature of, the one that you are the son of. And so in Christianity, the son of God is by nature God.
Okay.
But without division, right? And so
Without
forth.
division. So they're the one.
They're one. They are absolutely
Okay,
one in
so-
their essence.
Okay, so God, Jesus is one.
Right. So they don't have
Okay.
parts, for example, as in Islam, where God has multiple parts
God doesn't
and
have parts.
attributes. So you don't believe Allah has a face?
Let me explain that.
But do you?
Can I?
Wait a minute. You
You
told
asked
me
a
a minute
question.
ago.
Can I answer?
Yeah, you asked me a question a minute ago. Then you
Okay.
faulted me for not just directly answering.
I'm directly answering if you let
Okay.
me speak. Okay.
Face, eyes, hands.
You see
No, no.
this?
Let's just be
You see
clear.
this?
Let's just be clear with the
He's
question.
just clarifying the question.
Let's
Sure.
be clear with the question is, and then I'll let you talk. Face, eyes, hands, chin, foot, or feet. I don't know. Does he have those attributes, those qualities? And I'm not asking you to describe what those qualities
Are you done with your question?
My question is, does he have multiple attributes?
You see why you're not letting me answer, right?
He's
No.
not.
Thank
He's
you.
not.
So can I
Please
speak?
answer.
Okay, so as I listen to you, please listen to me. Okay? Allah is one, indivisible. Okay? Al-Ahad, He is the one that is one without two. He said He has sifat that are all His.
And sifat, for the camera's
Can I
sake?
finish?
Hold on,
I'll
sifat,
explain
define.
it. No, I don't need you to
Define.
define it for me. Thank you.
I'm asking you to.
I will.
Okay.
See, when I asked you to let me speak, you interrupted me again. But
Come
I'm,
on.
if
Come
you just
on.
let me, no, don't be insulting towards me. Let me speak.
You're being insulting. All I'm asking you to do is
Am I
define
being
for the
insulting,
camera.
or am I trying to answer here?
Well,
Would?
yeah,
Am I
just
trying
go-
to answer? Or
Yeah,
am I
fine.
being
I think you just want to. A lot of basically a
if
lot
you
of
want
your.
my answer, you have to
you're-
listen to my
yeah, but
answer.
Yeah, I'm
you're
just
using-
explaining what he's saying.
you're
A lot
using-
of your viewers are going to be familiar with terms that our viewers might not
I'll
be familiar with.
explain
So
it
he
if
was
you
just
let
asking.
me.
Yeah,
Okay, so you need to know. I need you to explain it.
When you speak, I'm going to listen. When I speak, you can listen.
So you were
And
gonna-
then if you would like to get a clarification
So you-
after,
you were
again,
gonna-
again, look at this. Right?
I already know.
He doesn't want me
Let
to
him in.
speak.
We've already agreed to this.
Let your audience see this.
We've already agreed
that
to
you
this.
won't let me
This man
speak.
won't tell us what sifat
I
are.
will if you
Okay.
listen. Okay.
Go ahead.
If you need a
Sifat.
clarification afterwards, please wait for me to let finish and then ask me to clarify. Is that understandable? Can we have a civil
So
discussion?
you were going to
here?
tell us about
There we
sifat.
go again.
What I need to learn here.
You just answered
Okay.
the question and answered.
Your own buddy is telling you let him answer, bro. Let him.
I want to hear what he said.
Thank you.
I'm anxious.
Thank you. At least you want to hear it. Okay. So when you talk about sifat, they are of Allah's characteristics. They're not divisible. You cannot take the hand away from the face. They are all part of Allah. Okay?
Part?
Yes.
You want to come on?
Okay? Sifat are characteristics. You understand? For example, this is a gentleman named David, right? Now, this is your face, this is your hand, this is one. If I cut your hand off, it will not exist anymore, right? Because that is now cut off from your body, right? This is you. Understand? Allah has sifat that are not like humans. They're not like us. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ. But He has sifat that He told us about in the Quran and upon the lisan of the Prophet. Now let me explain those words. Allah has characteristics that He has explained in His holy book, the Quran, and upon the tongue of His Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. But He is one. He's not divisible. He doesn't become into parts, not Legos. That is not the way it works in Islam. Okay? Now, any terms you didn't understand?
No,
Anthony?
I understood the terms, and I
Okay,
thank you
just wanna
for
be clear.
defining them for the sake of the audience. But
Excellent.
here's my question. At one point you said he has sifat. These are attributes, characteristics, parts of him.
Yep.
They're inseparable from him.
Yep.
But you referred to them as parts. So do you believe
I
that
did
Allah,
not.
you did use the term
I
part?
said
You said they're a
sifat.
part.
I'll
You
let
said they're
you-
a part of
They're
it.
but
part
I'll-
of it.
Okay, so you did use that term.
Sure, we will say
Okay.
sifat.
So you
That's
would
it,
grant that at least in that sense, that Allah is not absolutely one. You don't mean He's absolutely one in the sense that He has no attributes. He has attributes.
You want me to respond?
Yes.
You see how I listen to you respectfully without interrupting
You don't
you?
need to do that. Go
No,
ahead.
no, I do
Go
need to
ahead.
do that
We're
because
past that.
No,
past
we're
that.
not because you already interrupted.
There you go again. Come
So
on.
the
You gonna
sifat
answer?
of, like, look at this.
Look at this. Come on, guy.
Your own friend is telling you be quiet, man.
He's
Listen.
begging you to hurry up.
No, he's not. He's telling you to
Go
be
ahead.
quiet.
I'm interested in the answer. I want
Thank
to,
you.
and then I want to hear a response. So
Okay,
that's cool.
so sifat are not things that make you more than one. This is your misunderstanding. Okay? When Allah is one, He's indivisible, absolutely one. His sifat is His. That does not make Him more than one. This is your misunderstanding. If you had studied Aqidah, and if you like to, we have durus, you can learn them. you would have known that the sifat of Allah are unique to Him and are only His and are part of Him. They are not divisible. Having sifat does not make you more than one. This is your misunderstanding.
But
Can I finish now?
Oh, are you finished?
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
go ahead.
If I was finished, then I wouldn't be talking
Okay,
anymore.
go
Right?
ahead.
Thank you. Now, if you look at any object in this worldly things, right? Like, I mean, I'm giving you just a worldly example, right? If you look at a tree, right? A tree is one. If a tree has leaves and fruits and all of that, that doesn't mean that the tree is more than one. Now, if the fruit breaks from the tree, it's no longer a part of the tree, right? Now it's no longer a characteristic of the tree itself. Understand? Allah is one. He has sifat, but that does not make Him more than one. Are we clear?
We're clear on the fact that
Good.
you're saying He's one in some sense.
No?
But I do not agree that He's one in every sense. If you are saying He has actual attributes, you use the analogy of a tree. A tree is composite. It has parts. It has branches. It has leaves. I grant that if something's cut off of the tree, it's no longer part of the tree. But the tree is made up of parts. If that's what you mean by saying Allah is one, then you are saying that your God, who is one, in the sense that He's only one being, is a composite of parts. So He's not absolutely one. There is diversity in unity in your deity. Is that true?
No.
Go
Can I
ahead.
explain it now?
Go ahead.
I gave you the example of a tree, and as I said in the example, it's a worldly example to show you that something that is connected is one, and when it breaks, it's no longer one, which we have agreed to now, right? You said that if it breaks away, it's no longer going to be part of the tree. Okay, I'm glad we agreed to that. When we talk about Allah, as I've said repeatedly, He is one, and He does not divide. Okay? This is unique to Allah. Allah is uniquely one. He is only one. His sifat do not make Him more than one. He is not divisible. He's not broken into parts. He is one. His sifat are part of that oneness. He is uniquely one.
Right. So,
David.
all you're saying, though, is that He is a composite being that cannot be divided. The sifat cannot be separated from Him. I'm granting that. You're still saying He's a composite being. You know, I mean, there's no objection here yet. I'm just saying,
Could I
do
just
you
offer
grant
clarification?
that?
Yeah, because
Do you grant that?
Yeah, what I'm hearing. So, if you, as you pointed out, a tree is one tree.
Okay.
A tree is one tree, but you could say the tree is one in the essence of being a tree or something like that.
Okay.
But it's more than one in cells or leaves or something like that. So it's a kind of unity and plurality or something like that. So I think all Anthony is saying is Allah like that, in that He's one in essence or nature or something like that, but more than one in attribute or
And I'm not objecting
something
to
like that.
I understand.
I'm not objecting.
think,
I'm
yeah,
just
I think-
clarifying. That's
I'm going
where
to
we
listen
are.
first.
Yeah. So that's not an objection. So it's not like you need to think.
I'm just
And I don't think you'd be dishonest. So that's not what I'm suggesting here. But I don't think that you need to think, okay, what is he after here? Like he's going after this. I'm not going after that. I don't think a lot of Muslims know that. And I think that's accurate. I think that Muslims believe in one being, but they do ascribe to Him certain attributes, qualities, characteristics, all hearing, right, all seeing, those sorts of things. But that technically is not belief as you'd find in pagan philosophers in the monad, which is something that's devoid of any kind of attributes. It's an absolute unity.
Okay. So, first thing, I just wanted to understand what you're saying. If you're saying Allah has sifat, then no doubt we agree. And I have taught Aqidah, you can look at the lessons, it talks about it, right? Allah is all hearing, all seeing. But I think with the miscommunication we're having, and maybe we just kind of go past this, is thinking if somebody's all hearing and all seeing and all knowing, that can somehow make them components that could be taken apart or not a whole as one. I don't think having the ability to hear everything and see everything makes Allah, where Allah is not wholly one. Okay, so, but anyway,
So let me,
go ahead.
can I ask? So, but you would say that His hearing is not His seeing.
Yeah.
Right. So these are distinct attributes. So we are talking
One of them.
right of so Allah's
And
one, but He has these attributes.
And these attributes don't leave him.
Okay, now that's where I would like to go after that.
Okay, so I mean, you
One
asked
of
me
his-
about Islamic Aqidah,
Right.
right? In Islamic Aqidah, Allah, His attributes are His. he can I finish?
Yeah.
Man, you
You said that, but
you drank a lot of coffee this morning?
No,
or
no, no,
something, man?
no.
Yesterday we were talking to Hebrew Israelites, and it turned into a shouting
Yeah.
match. So
Oh,
his aggression's a little amped up.
So,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
so, hold on.
I'm gonna
Anthony,
blame it on the
Anthony,
Hebrew
Anthony. You're not talking to Hebrew Israelites. Your aggression needs to get toned down.
That's not aggression. You're just taking
Look,
too much offense.
Your
on it.
friend that's with you just called it aggression.
Yeah.
So,
too aggressive,
so don't tell
man.
me.
He was
Calm
talking.
down,
He was
dude.
talking to Hebrew Israelites last night.
You guys video this, right? David is telling you it's aggression, so please tone it down, Anthony.
You gotta
From
calm
your
down,
friend.
dude.
He's helping.
Your
gotta
friend
calm
is
down,
telling
man.
you calm down. Why don't you listen to your friend that came with you?
Look like you're
come
ready
on.
to jump over the table, man.
Come on.
Right? I like David. David. How come we haven't met earlier, man? Anthony, I can tell you were a crook.
I can tell you were a shooter.
Oh yeah. Still am. Let's go.
You're crook.
So, that's what they called you, right? Go ahead. What?
Mr. Hammer Time, you two keep bumping fists over here. I'm just.
We can bump fists.
No.
I got you, bro. Don't feel offended. All right.
It's going well.
So do you remember where we're at?
Yes, I do. Okay. So, the understanding that you are bringing is not where I'm at, but we're gonna put that to a side and just go to. Let me finish. Again,
Right.
man.
No,
this
I'm
guy-
putting my finger up.
I
I'm
got
saying
you.
what understanding.
Let
I
me-
don't know what you mean.
Let me tell you. Let me speak, and you'll know what I mean.
Okay.
When you say something is one, and you say they're compartmentalized, they're taken apart, right? It comes to an understanding, something that becomes like Legos, right? Something that can come apart and put that together, right? Allah is one. His characteristics are with Him. Always been with Him, always will be with Him. He can reveal. Oh, you're smiling already. Look at that, right? He can reveal a part of His kalam, for example, the Quran, but the Quran is always with Him. You understand? Like, if you take what's written, that is not the part of the kalam. That can be burnt. That can be ruined. Somebody could eat it. Somebody could do something weird, right? But the kalam of Allah is always with Him. Always will be, not created. Okay? None of Allah's sifat are makhluk. You know what makhluk is? Creation.
Yes.
Creation. Right? So, this is just the understanding we want to have as a base. Now, my question to you guys, if you don't mind, is do you believe God is one in the sense that He can become two and come back together, and would He still be the same?
So this is why I do this. This is why I clarify this.
All right, good.
You have described Allah as one, although that does not preclude that He has sifat, attributes.
Which would not
Christians have classically made the same claim. Okay, I don't think a lot of Muslims know that this is the Christian view. So that, for example, at least with respect to the attributes of God, I mean, I think we go a bit further though. But when it comes to the persons of the Trinity, your description of attributes, or sifat, your description of sifat,
Oh, yeah,
you look like you're bored, man.
No, I'm listening.
You're looking
I'm listening.
around, looking at.
your
I'm listening 'cause
description
I
of
want to ask you about the
sifat,
Quran in a minute.
Yeah, 3 guys.
assuming I'm understanding you
Are you playing for the
correctly, and
camera
I'm
when you say
granting
three
there's a
guys?
possibility there's a
Yes,
Sorry,
he
what?
is.
Yeah, I know. He's playing for the camera.
That's why I would say
That's
It's
that.
not
Okay.
3 of you here? Can you not count?
Okay,
Or is it one of you guys?
Let's talk.
No,
So-
he's
Go
answering.
ahead.
So when Christians speak of God as triune,
Okay.
we don't think of the persons as divisible.
Okay.
There's a hypostatic distinction. Now, if you're familiar with Islamic kalam, you know that when Muslims classically have spoken of Allah's attributes, they've referred to them as hypostasis. They've given them hypostatic status. That's all Christians have ever said when it comes to the persons of the Trinity. So that for Christians, the persons of the Trinity are not divisible. We don't believe in multiple gods. We're not polytheists. We believe that all persons of the Trinity co-inhere in the one divine essence, just like you would say that multiple attributes co-inhere in one being. Now, I do think, though, there's a fundamental distinction between the Christian view and the Muslim view, which is there does seem to me, in some Islamic thought at least, and you could tell me this is not your view, there seems to be a radical bifurcation attributes. So, for example, I'll just give you an example, and you can tell me what you think of that. Some Muslims I talk to will tell me that Allah Himself cannot be present in His creation, but His attributes can. The attribute of seeing, for example. So that's just
Let me.
that's
I'm
where
going
we're
to
at.
answer you.
Yes,
I see how
that's
I.
where we're at, and that's where.
You see how I respectfully, even though I had a lot to say, I just stayed quiet and listened to you. Did you see that?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
past that. Come on.
We're
let's
not
go.
because. Okay, so first thing, you're delving in kalam to me is useless, right? Because I don't believe in ilm al kalam. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying I thought that was your view, and you could correct me if that's not your view.
I do not believe in ilm al kalam, so obviously that's not my view.
But I'm just using kalam in the sense of theology, like akida.
Do you know what kalam is?
Yeah.
What is kalam?
Well, it's philosophy, but
No, it's not.
But
That's
it's
falsafa.
well, but it's
So you don't know what
it's
kalam
the
is.
same idea.
It is not.
Okay, well go
What
ahead.
is kalam?
Go ahead.
Listen, Anthony, what is kalam? Because you brought it up, but obviously you don't understand what kalam is.
I'm just using it in the sense of people
I
thinking
understand you're
through
using
issues
it.
of Islamic akida and coming to certain conclusions. I know that your methodology would be Quran and Sunnah. That's how you derive your akida. Right?
Anthony, you brought up kalam.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking you, what is kalam? Ilm al-kalam. What is it? It's not, philosophy is falsafa. So what's ilm al-kalam?
They're related concepts. It's basically theology.
It is not.
From a Christian perspective, that's how we view it.
It's in kalam, if you're using it, understanding Islamic aqidah, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is kalam?
But that's what I'm telling you.
You don't know.
He's saying that's how he's using it.
Okay, I got you. So let me explain it to him now.
You go ahead.
Anthony, you good? All right. So, philosophy is called falsafa. That's basic philosophy. Kalam is used of certain Greek principles, not philosophy in general, understand? In the use of understanding aqaid, and this is something that was brought on by the Ashari and the Maturidi and Ahlul Kalam. You know who those are? Mm-hmm. You know who Asharis are?
Yes.
Who started the Ashari?
Ashari.
What's his name? Ashari.
That's his name. I don't know. I couldn't say his full name. You know you guys have like mile-long names, right?
No, Abu Hassan Ashari. It's pretty easy. It's not a mile long.
Well, his name was Al-Ashari.
Yeah, that's
Right?
a try.
And he was reacting against people like the Hanbalis, or allegedly, right? At least Atari Akida.
All right. Let me explain.
He is trying to. Well, I know that you guys would say the original Ashari.
Not on the product itself.
So let me ask this.
No, you have something doing something on the product, right? You're doing vision. It doesn't matter what it is. You can't do it on the product. You gotta move it off the product. You can put it on that side. If you're talking about the one two, you can't be on this side. That's why nobody's here. You look us this way, you look them that way. Everybody's on the other side. Okay, I would appreciate that. Thank you.
I think I follow today. Okay? So I don't follow ilm al-kalam at all. In Aqidah, I don't deal with it. When these Greek ideas started to seep in, then at that time people started to misunderstand sifat by using ilm al-kalam. Okay? Even Abu Hassan al-Ashari, that's why I asked you if you really know who he is, he wrote a book called Al-Ibana fi Usul al-Diyana. I have it. If you want to check it out, I'll bring it.
I think they're moving.
I'm gonna have to give someone the camera because they're saying we gotta be off the sideline.
What?
They're saying we gotta be off the sideline.
Just so you know, it sounds to me like you described your life.
That's mine. I'm gonna grab it.
I'm not saying you.
I got a lot here.
This is an area.
Put your bag on top of your.
I will. I'm just kind of worried about it disappearing. You know?
Let me explain it again.
You know?
With me now? Philosophy is falsafa. Okay? In Arabic, that's what we call philosophy. Ilm al-kalam is a totally different concept. It's a concept of taking certain principles of Aristotle's thought and bringing it in to understand the sifat of Allah. This is something that was rejected by all the earlier imams, like Abu Hanifa, you know the four imams?
I should go somewhere else. Here, I'm gonna move out and get a long shot. Because the cameras are right beside each other. I'm gonna get some other shots.
Yes, one more.
Hold on.
You got this, Anthony. You can do it.